for not letting me go to my brother's funeral was exactly the same reasons they used which stopped me going to my dad's funeral when I was on remand at the beginning of my sentence. So in 2004, when my dad passed away, I applied to go to his funeral, and the reasons they said I couldn't go to my dad's funeral whilst I was on remand was an escape risk and the threat to the staff that escorted me to the funeral. So they declined it. They weren't willing to put their staff at risk in the city of Liverpool. So I got declined to go to my dad's funeral. Weren't asked really, to be honest with you. So a full 12 years later, don't forget I'm in the last year of my sentence, I've got to apply for this funeral. They leave it right up until the last day to tell me I'm not going and why I'm not going. This was all in Forest Bank, all this madness that this was going on. And you've got to understand what them cunts done to me, mate. You know, when I was getting close to my release date, you should have seen what they were doing. They were trying. So look, they wouldn't let me go to Billy's funeral. Everyone else in that case, in that position, kicks off. They kick off. I knew why they're doing this. It weren't to do with risk. I'm not a risk of escape. It weren't to do with threats to your staff, because no one's going to go near your staff. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was simply to provoke a reaction from me, because they didn't want me on the streets. When that never worked, 4 weeks later I'm called into the office. Don't forget, I've had my release date for over 12 years, 21st of June 2016, and I've had this date since 2004. And every prison you go to, they give you a piece of paper with your release date and everything on it. Every prison, it's normal for them to do this to you. And they've never, ever once questioned my release date. Not once have they questioned my release date. 4 weeks after they refused me on Billy's funeral, I've got like 6 months to my release date now. Do you understand? I'm buzzing. Nothing can stop me now. The screws can see it. I think it's ruining the heads. I've got a black book. I've been training for war. Do you understand? That's what I've done for my 12 years. Trained for war when I get out. That was me mindset. And they knew that, I think. And that's why they gave me such severe restrictions. So 4 weeks later, they call me in the office. I go down the office. You've got gym screws, security screws, and I'm looking at them. The sleeves are rolled up, the ties are off, and there's like 6 of them in this little room, and there's enough space for me to stand in the middle. So I've got 2 here by the door, and where I've took the step in, I've got the other 4 in front of me, and they sat on desks and stood up. And I'm thinking, well, what's going on here? This is moody, this. And go, we've got some very bad news for you, Darren. And I'm thinking, all right then, my ma's died. This is what I'm thinking, my ma's dead. And they're going, unfortunately, your release date's being put back for 2 years. And I went, what? When your release date, which is the 21st of June 2016, is now 2018. The calculations at the beginning of your sentence have turned out to be totally incorrect. I'm fuming, me. This is what's happening to me. Honest to God, I'm fuming. So, normally, you know the reaction they want. I could see it. You're not going home now, Darren, what are you going to do? You know, winding it up. So I'm fuming, mate, but normally... So I knew. I'd already been pissed off with my dad. That was the first one. Here's another one. This is what happened. I've had to go away with this new... they call it an EDL. Eventual Date of Release. EDR. Anyway, they give you a piece of paper. They give me a new one. So basically what they're telling me is 2 years, I was on remand for 2.5 years. And what they tried to say was that 2 years of that remand was in regards to another offence. And because I was on remand on another offence here, and I was acquitted on that, that remand doesn't count to this. They were lying. I knew where I stood on all this, you're on it. But you can't do about it. What they wanted me to do was react. You know, just have an episode. You what? All it took for me in that room, right then, when I've had the news off these, all it took for me to do then was speak aggressively. The 6 of them would have dived on me, and then it would have been a fight, and that's the only thing they would have wanted me to do. Bang, new charges, on top of me current charge, not getting out. So I just took it on the chin, went back, went upstairs, got on the phone to me brief, and it took me 8.5 weeks to fix it. Do you understand? Within me fixing that, within 12 weeks, I'm shipped to Preston Block, kept in Preston Block for 3 days, and then released into the hands of the major investigation team of Merseyside Police. They put this tracker, GPS tracker, on my ankle, handcuffed me. I'm a free man. Put me in his car at 6 o'clock in the morning from Preston Prison and drive me to the worst hostel you could ever go to, mate. Well, that was a story, wasn't it? Eh? Yeah, so people, I seen a quote today, and I don't really take notice of other people's quotes. But it's this: they are not your family or your friends if they didn't tell you something you needed to know and they was aware of it. How do you cope in the hostel? With patience. Could listen to you all day, pure facts and realness. The Scouse Queen, hope you well, lad. How are you, Nadia? You good, mate? Real one says true quote. Proper, mate. Yes, MXTTY. Stitchy was the one in Blackburn. What do you mean was the one in Blackburn? I lived in Blackburn for a year. Hang on, twice I lived in Blackburn. I went to Blackburn to the hostel, then to St Helens. Because everything's up, I thought, right, I'm going back to Blackburn.